Hi there, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. I'm going to turn this volume up just to make sure. Oh, I thought that was feedback and it was a siren outside. So, welcome to Tuesday Talk. I'm doing something different tonight. I'm in the kitchen. Not that I'm baking anything. I already did that today, but have everything set up for, the Christmas season. So I just didn't want to, hey Gretchen, how you doing? I just didn't want to disturb the whole dining room situation. So I thought I'll be in the kitchen and I have to clean it up. So because there's more baking to happen tomorrow. So I hope everybody's doing real well. And if this is the first time you're joining, I love it when you come on and say hello. And I'm streaming live from StreamYard onto my Facebook page, my Statement Designs Facebook page, and then also to my Tuesday Talk YouTube channel. So I presume you can hear me, Gretchen. I always have poor Gretchen give me the sound check. So tonight we're going to do a couple last minute gifts, and it's a simple one, and it's a journal. So I love journals, but the reason why I thought of this was because my husband, he likes to, he does this. Oh, I know. Gretchen says, wish you could virtually share those cookies. I made the Neiman Marcus $250 cookies. If you've never made them, let me know and I can share the recipe with you. They're labor intensive, you have to grind a big chocolate bar and grind oatmeal and all this stuff, and then it makes a ton. If you can see over there, that red container and this other container and that plastic bag, that's one batch of cookies. So it makes at least 100 cookies. So it's a lot, but my husband loves them. So anyway, back to the our last minute gift tonight. So you can get these little books at the Dollar Tree. So they're just little journals. And so I like to kind of make them look a little less like a Dollar Tree journal and a little more handcrafted and something really special. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So wait, this one wasn't glued too well. A little mishap down at the Dollar Tree factory. But anyway, I started one. So as I meant to say, so my husband the other day, so we all have our little things that we do to kill time. I'm usually editing videos, but what he does is he plays this roulette game on his phone. And he's an accountant, not by trade, but that he has an accounting degree. He's been, all those things, but anyway, he is a numbers guy, basically. So he figures out these different combinations to win. And he's not betting real money. He's just doing this because he's fascinated by it. So anyway, he just said, I should have a notebook to write this down. So ding, I decided that I was going to do the journal thing. So Gretchen says, I told my son yesterday when we made eggnog from scratch that the only other 2 people recipe is the Neiman Marcus cookies, unless you have commercial equipment. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Yeah, that's for sure. It is, it was a one-person job today, but I actually used my blender and because my food processor broke. So what I did was I put in a cup of the oatmeal because it takes 4 cups of oatmeal. And this big chocolate bar. And I did like some of the chocolate and some of the oatmeal. Ooh, go sneeze. Okay. Sorry. Together. And that seemed to work. Okay. So anyway. So what I did was I went to Etsy and I decided I wanted to download some really cool casino. So, hey, Cheryl, we're talking Las Vegas stuff here. I'm going to make Tom a journal that has like casino stuff on it because he mentioned the other day that he wanted a little notebook that, or he should have, he said, a little notebook that he could jot down his number combinations. So anyway, so I already started to save you the time. I am going to paint one though, but to save you some time, I did do one. But anyway, I got these from Etsy and then I printed them out on rice paper. So we're going to do the cover and the inside cover, and we have some smaller images too. So I'm going to set those aside for a minute, and then I'm going to paint this other journal because I'm going to do one with transfers, and that was going to be for a little girl. So I'm going to put the screen down here. Yeah, I know, Gretchen, it was a job. I did the grinding of the chocolate and the oatmeal yesterday, and then I did the rest of it today. But yeah, it's a lot. And it just doesn't come out right if you only make half the recipe, because I've tried before. There's a torn page on there. Darn. Let me get this other one and see if it's better. So anyway, so much to do. I'm headed your way again, Gretchen. This is why I'm trying to get everything done, because we're going to my stepdaughter's in Baltimore on the 22nd, and we're staying until Christmas Eve. So heading down there soon. So I just need to get everything done because we do a brunch on Christmas Day. So I start on the inside by just doing this little border that's around the white part. I probably wouldn't need to do on this one. It's super pale. And this one I'm probably going to be doing flowers. So I wouldn't really need to do it, but I am doing it. My friend's father was a baker, and he said you could alter the larger recipes. I don't know. I've tried with this one. I mean, I've had recipes before successfully, but it just never seems to taste as good when I change the quantity on this one. Yeah, it'll be really nice. So, yeah, so whenever we get back, then we'll have brunch on Christmas Day. We'll do go to church on Christmas Eve, and then going over to a friend's house, and then I'll do brunch on Christmas Day and watch all the grandkiddos open their presents, and the kiddos. Oh, okay. Could not alter. Okay. That I'm glad you said that, because I would have felt like I was doing something wrong. But I knew it just never tasted right whenever I changed the quantity. But it is a super duper recipe. If you haven't tried it and you want it, let me know. Leave me a comment, and I'll definitely send you the link to the recipe. If you Google it, you just Google Neiman Marcus $250 cookie recipe, and it pops right up on recipes.com or all recipes, I think. It's okay. I'm going to let this stand up a minute because I got some on there and I don't want to close it. Can't talk and paint at the same time, apparently. But so it's supposed to be like a folklore thing. Somebody was in Neiman Marcus, and there was a sign that said the recipe was $2.50, and the person thought it was $2.50, so they bought it, and on their bill it was $250. So her revenge was to share the recipe with everyone. So I think it's kind of one of those internet folklore things. I don't think that's a for real story, but hey, it works. They're the best cookies. So You have to tell me what kind of cookies you guys like to make, but that's a given. I have to do that. And then sugar cookies, have to have those. That's for me. I love sugar cookies with icing. And all my cookies have to be gluten-free because of the celiac thing. But and no one seems to mind. So all right, I'm gonna set this one aside to dry. Hopefully I won't get paint on anything. Put my brushes away. And then my boys like a kind of cookies. I'll put the screen up a minute. My boys like a kind of cookies that my mom used to make. They're orange cookies. They have orange juice in them and like an orange rind. And then they have a real nice little icing on them. And you put the orange rind on top. They're very good. I never realized my kids loved them so much until after my mom passed away. And they were like, "Are you going to make those cookies that grandma used to make?" So I made them one year and they loved them. And then the next year I had a friend of mine that has a Glowforge, the laser printer. And she printed out, in my mom's handwriting, she engraved the, hey Dar, she engraved the cutting boards with my mom's recipe. So I should ask them for the recipe because I can't find it right now, but I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. But that was an awesome gift. I should have made one for myself. So, okay. So let's get started with our decoupage. I'm in the kitchen tonight, Dar. All right, let's switch back over. I'm doing good, Dar. How's Dar doing? Okay, I'm going to get my images back here. And I think I'm going to work from the outside or from the inside out, maybe. I don't want my pages to stick together. But so I did go to my PicsArt app and I found a couple little things that I could have done, but they really didn't. They were cool, but they didn't really have the kind of color that I really liked from the Etsy download. So I'm glad I, spent a couple bucks and got the download. Now I cut these out. I resized them and then I printed out a whole page. So if I use those smaller images, a lot of spasms today. Oh, that's not good in your esophagus. So these are some of the ones I did from the PicsArt. But the one I'm going to use first, we might have to jump back and forth between a couple projects. So I loved the color of this page. And this is what he does, is the roulette wheel. I couldn't get it to go the other way and be big enough to cover the book. So I'm just going to kind of put it in half and see where we're at with things. This is good. There's kind of a border on here that I'm going to cut off. Yeah, wonder what's giving you the spasms. Did you eat something that's causing that? Okay, so again, I want this on the front of the book. Yeah, it's so colorful. I like it. That's why it's just a symptom of lupus. Okay. Well, that's definitely not fun because I've suffered with the esophagus things with the celiac, but and having to have my esophagus stretched and stuff. But anyway, so this is kind of nice having this counter behind me in the kitchen here. So I'm going to use regular matte Mod Podge, and I'm just going to start putting my paper on. My allergies are kicking up, so if I sniffle, please forgive me. So it's supposed to be a little warmer tomorrow. It's been really cold here. You have none out of stretching yet, probably someday. Yeah, I've had it done like 3 or 4 times now, I think. And the last time they did it, they went to the lowest ring of the esophagus. And I really haven't had many problems since, because I always had trouble like hard swallows, and sometimes I could even be drinking water and have it be a painful swallow. So, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and forth between projects because I'm gonna have to have this stand up while it dries. And I might have to, one thing I didn't think to bring in the kitchen here was some sandpaper so I could sand off the edges of my paper. Okay, so when you print out I'll put my camera up here. When you print out the paper from your printer, now I don't have a laser printer, I just have a regular inkjet printer. Sometimes the ink runs if I use a water-based printer, but right now when I use Mod Podge, it doesn't seem to run as much, so we'll see. Let's see here. So I'm just going to now coat over this. I can't really put the book down because of the wet glue. So how warm is it in Las Vegas, Cheryl? I ask so that I can be really jealous. My sister had Raynaud's of 60, so that's nice. Okay, so I'm opening this up and I'm going to put it back on my counter here to dry, because I don't want to get glue on the pages so they don't stick together. This isn't 100% dry yet either. So Gretchen says, it's interesting about Mod Podge and inkjet print. I have an inkjet printer at home. It's a clear coat that protects it from the water-based products. Or is it a clear coat? Oops. Almost did the wrong screen there. You know, I don't know. So what I typically, use, I like to use with Mod Podge or with rice paper. I like the weight of the Dixie Belle clear coat, like the sealer, the satin. And it works most of the time. And one way around it is you can just take the spray, like Rust-Oleum clear coat spray, and just hurry up and spray this, and it really takes a minute to dry. And that will keep it from running. But usually I find that, but for some reason, Mod Podge does not run my ink. So I don't get it, but that's just the way it goes. So I'm waiting for this one to kind of dry a minute too, because I want to put some transfers on this one, but I'll cut out this because I think this will make an interesting page on the inside of the journal. So I'm just going to kind of fussy cut a little bit around here. I love this. I think it's really colorful. Reminds me of something Lel would do, Dar. Just kind of has that, circusy look, but yet it's casino. Could do an hour-long show on lupus easily. Everything you have to deal with ends up being a diagnosis itself. Mm. Celiac isn't fun, but it makes me, it's so much easier. It's just self-contained, I guess. It's like, as long as I'm not eating gluten, I'm not having symptoms. So, that's the bottom line. You just have to be careful because sometimes gluten hides and all that, but that's it. I don't have to worry about all the things that you have to worry about with the lupus. I have both of those products, but I'll test drive the Mod Podge with my printer. I'm trying wrapping paper right now. Oh, that'd be cool. Dar says I could make casino stuff. We have a big casino in our town. Ooh, yeah, you could sell it in your booth. I don't know, they're always talking about getting a casino here. We actually have a venue that's been around for years as part of Lakemont Park, which is home to the world's oldest wooden roller coaster. And they were going to make it an actual casino. So turning the casino into a casino. It's really a pretty cool place. I have a lot of friends that have gotten married there and into different events there. There's a lot of little details in here. Oh, your sister has lupus. Her symptoms began when she was 17, diagnosed at 18, primarily attacked her kidneys. Oh, she's had a kidney replacement, so now she's doing great. That's awesome. Truly amazing what they can do. So you guys pretty much ready for Christmas now? Because it's coming soon. I feel like I'm kind of glad, like it's kind of weird to be traveling right before Christmas. Never did that before. So I, kind of feel like I've lost a couple days, like two good days that I would be getting ready. But I'm excited about it because I think I'll actually like really enjoy this holiday more because I'm getting all the work done now. And the rest is just kind of like party time, Okay, so I have that cut out. Mixed feeling about casinos. It's the Texan versus caregiver in me. Okay. Alrighty. So I can't go back to this one yet. I mean, our Mod Podge dries pretty quickly, but it's not quite dry. But this, I believe, is dry enough for transfers. So I am determined I'm gonna clean up my bottles better. It's my New Year's resolution. And look at me, I'm doing it even before the New Year starts. I'm just so tired of having to bang bottles around just to get them open. So I'm going to behave. I'm just going to take this little wet wipe and wrap up my glue. So I have some transfers here, some pretty big ones that I'm going to put on the cover of this. And I just, this is going to be for a little girl. We're invited to my friend's house, and her granddaughter is the one that's wanted to host the party. So I thought, well, I'll just make her a little something, just little hostess gift, kind of. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about whether I can still see some of the image through there, and I knew that was going to happen. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm just going to layer a bunch of transfers. Found a tip about applying Vaseline along the edge after cleaning, and that has been wonderful. I know I'm just not disciplined enough to do that. I know it's so weird. It's like not a hard thing to do, but I don't know why. I'm just not disciplined like that. So wiping off is a big step for me. So can you see that here? I'll lift it up and see if you can see along there. That's where it just kind of comes off, and that makes it so much easy because there was nothing underneath it. So that part's already transferred. This little girl is not like super girly. I mean, who doesn't like flowers? But I also have some botanical stuff here too. So I think she'll enjoy some butterflies and insects and stuff like that. So we'll just cover this whole thing up, and we'll put some on the inside too. And with one for a girl, I like to put a ribbon down the back of the spine so that you can use it as a placeholder. On the one that I'm doing for my husband, I'm going to try to put like a little loop for a pen. I'm not sure if that'll work, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so have that pulled around, so now it's going to be a whole lot easier to pull this up. Obviously I'm glad I waited till it dried because, that's the worst problem whenever transfers don't stick. It's generally that the paint isn't dry enough. This is beautiful. I love the idea of a hostess gift for the granddaughter that wanted the party. Yeah, well, she and my granddaughter are really good friends. They go to school together. So now my granddaughter won't be there because they'll be doing stuff, with the family. But I love this large one. I'm gonna try to make this work. We'll overlap it a little bit and make it go around the edges and stuff. This is so much prettier than a dollar store book. And another thing, here's another not a resolution, but another thing that I want to do in the new year: junk journals. I love junk journals, and I want to start doing some. I will admit I'm going to miss having the smalls, in a shop, but I did tell you that one of the things I'm going to start doing in the new year is offering my smalls, that not the ones that I'm giving as gifts, but the smalls as on my website. So my things that I make on Tuesday Talk, you'll be able to buy on the website. So I'm going to be meeting with my son, who's an entrepreneur, graduate, and kind of a little more techie than me, and try to beef up my website and doing all that down. Look at you just setting it there and immediately pressing down. I'm waiting for that confidence. Well, Gretchen, I'll tell you what. You love junk journals too, Cheryl, huh? Yeah, I love all those little pockets and all that stuff. Gretchen, it'll come. And I think the thing, when you do lives, you kind of have to do it, you know? I honestly, I make design decisions pretty quickly, like even paint colors for the house and stuff. We've been through that before, and we can really make some decisions pretty quickly. I can, but okay, that lining was kind of coming off in there. I'm just wrapping this around that edge. Well, Gretchen, the website's up now. It's www.statementdesigns.org. And I have stuff on there, but I obviously don't have my items to sell yet. So I'm going to put this up for a second. So here's what we have so far. And what I might do, I'm going to keep loading transfers on here, but what I might do is make a little mold, one of those plate molds, and put a plate on here with her name and stamp her name on it. Gretchen says, right, Cheryl, they're fun, but I have no use for them. I need to figure out how to make them for sale, working on that. Well, we'll do some junk journals and oh, okay. Yes, okay, yes, I will. I'm excited to see it too, Gretchen. Okay, I'm gonna grab these transfers here and see what we've got. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see, like just some odds and ends, like butterflies and bugs and all that stuff. Just kind of layer it up. I personally don't like bugs. Is anybody else bothered by stink bugs? They have been for some reason, in my bathroom. Every time I go in my bathroom, they're on like the window. So I just keep grabbing a piece of toilet tissue and putting it in the toilet and flushing it. So I'm not about to take them outside. Sorry. Yeah, I think she'd like that. Okay, so this is probably enough for a few minutes. Let me layer some more on here. And really, I just want to kind of cover up the old journal that you can see underneath. These little Dollar Tree journals are a bargain. I mean, anytime you see these journals, you know, they're fun to redo. And I might, instead of like painting that plate, I might just like use the stamp use clay, and while the clay is wet, impress her name in it. Let's use this big B. few years ago, we were inundated with stink bugs. I learned immediately to put them in a bag before squishing. Well, I don't squish them, because I know that attracts them. But honestly, I've never smelled a stink bug. I don't know what they smell like because honestly, I feel like they got a bad rap with the name. I don't know. Have you smelled them? I mean, I think that squishing them attracts other ones, but I honestly haven't smelled them. But the other thing that we get is those spotted lantern flies. Oh my God, in the summer, they were all over our back door. My husband, I swear he can't see bugs. He thinks I attract them, but I am looking for them all the time. I don't like them. Any creatures, unless it's my doggy, I'm not loving really. Okay, I'm just layering and layering here. I squish them and chase my dog with the juicy paper towel. It's a game. She loves it. They smell awful. I learned that my first year in Maryland. I've never smelled them. Now when I'm going, well, I don't need a lot back here, but I'm going to put this one back here just because I want to be a little more thoughtful about my placement on the front now that I've got a few things there. And you can seal this afterwards if you want to. You don't have to. Let me get this garbage out of here so I don't have it in my way. So I want to cover up these little dots. How about this? How's your weather, Dar? Has it let up or are you still getting snow? We have snow on the ground, but it's not, not a lot. This is a real conclave of butterflies. I don't know whether that's the right word or not to use. A gathering. One more here. And I think that'll be good. And then I think we'll put a few on the inside just to spice up the inside a little bit. And add a ribbon. No snow, but they say another storm is coming. Oh, I don't love winter. Okay. Oh. So that's what that's looking like. Excuse me. Mid and 30 seems wrong in early December. Mild and 30 degrees. Hey, I'll take it. Excuse me a second. I need a drink. For as cold as it was, it seemed like, 30s was like a heat wave. Okay, Okay, so we have this whole inside of the front cover. Thanks, Gretchen. Let me see what else we've got here. So on the pages, we can do a couple butterflies, but I like to do a little something more on those inside covers. So I'm gonna layer up these because that one kind of, I probably used it on a design somewhere and kind of cut them up a little bit, but that's what we're doing here too. We're just, I never waste any transfers. Sometimes I use them for like jewelry and stuff too. Okay, so I want to look for the ones that maybe are chopped off a little bit and start with those so that I can cover it up. So like here, it's kind of chopped off a little. And this is a portion of one. And the bird's kind of randomly on a perch there. So we can start him down here. We'll start this one over here. So got a sub tomorrow night for Flippin' Bunch because they believe Jen is going to be on. But Dara is hosting. I'm going to dinner with my husband because it's his birthday. And, you know, December birthday is right before Christmas, so we have to make him feel special. I already gave him his birthday gift, so this isn't for his birthday. This is just a little extra thing. We said we weren't going to get each other gifts, but I know he did because we were going to get a pool heater instead. But anyway, back to tomorrow night. So Dara is hosting, and we're reviewing the box challenge and the Christmas keepsake box challenge. And then also Dara is going to go through the motions of setting up Etsy and listing an item on Etsy. Okay, I'm gonna put this bird coming up from here since it's kind of chopped off. You're right, Gretchen. He is. He's a good guy. He is special. Then my sister's birthday is the day after. Max's was last week, so not sure what it is with all these people in their December birthdays, but we love them anyway, so. Okay, I want to cover up where that was cut off, so we'll just put this butterfly in here. Dara, Crystal, Jen, I'm excited about both subjects, but especially the Etsy. Well, good. Santa will visit Flippin' Bunch tomorrow night. Oh, wow. I'm going to miss that. You, Crystal, Mara, and Jenna. Okay. Okay, I'm just covering up this, just layering, just covering everything up. So I'm going to need something else in here because this one was kind of chopped off. Can't get this to peel up. Something, I don't know. Do you ever just like get something down underneath your fingernail, like you've jammed it with something and it just hurts? You know, I don't see anything in there, but obviously I somehow poked myself underneath my nail. And of course, now I'm poking it with everything. You need to stock up. You know, once you start that stocking up, it's going to be an obsession. Okay, I don't want to cover the bird's face, so let's just do this. Kind of covering that cutoff section. Gretchen, Doris says, "Oh no, you have that crafter's hoarder syndrome." Yeah, not yet, but once she starts, she will. How about it? Which I might, because I'll be out of town next week, so I won't be doing Tuesday Talk, but I might do a video of like a holiday house tour, and I want to show you guys the organization that I did in my dining room, since I sort of moved everything there for a Tuesday Talk. So I'm leaving it this way for the inside. I might, who knows, I might stamp something over here, but I'm just going to do a couple pages on the inside. I'll take this big one. Having trouble peeling here. Yikes. Okay. Transfers are so easy. This is really totally a last minute gift idea. Totally want to see the dining room organization. I need that help. Okay. I'll make that next week's Tuesday Talk pre-recorded video. Now, this isn't, you know, like anything near like a junk journal, but I love these journals where you go through the pages and then there's something in them. But if I didn't have wires everywhere, I would go over and grab a journal that I have that a friend gave me a long time ago. It's a garden journal. And it really kind of inspired me to do these little journals. Like I said, these aren't much, but they're definitely a little fancier than you get them at the Dollar Tree. So this is neat when you're just kind of, you know, flipping through the pages. Okay. Oh, they didn't do a great glue job, but you know, as you're flipping through, because you can like kind of write around them, you know. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. It's just a random kind of. I think Evie would like a frog. I'm going to put this frog on the inside back cover. It's going to be a surprise at the end. Oh, this. Do that carefully. Okay, so this transfer, I thought I was putting it up on that page. I'm going to let it go and I'll put something over it. I learned that from my artist grandmother that a blank white canvas is uninspiring, later confirmed by the multitudes of creators. I hope this isn't scary. I think she'll like it. She likes kind of quirky things, so I think she'll think it's cool. Put a dragonfly on the frog's nose. Oh, that's clever. That really is. I'll have to look and see if I can find something in there that I don't know whether I have a dragonfly because I may have used it, but I'll have to see what's in there. But that's really a cute idea. Or even a flower on his nose. You know, that's really a cute idea. That's what my flippin' sisters do. We help each other out with those ideas. Okay. Yeah, that bugs me, but I'll go through and make sure it's all good. I'll put a transfer over that and make it smooth. There's just a little teeny tear there. Might be the wrong orientation for the fly. Well, we'll see what we've got here. I have a whole page of insects. Let's see. I don't want to get one that's too big. The frog could be eating it. What do frogs eat? I have grasshoppers here. I'm sure they probably eat that. Beetles. Here, we'll get this nice little bug here. And this is like, this one I think is from Milo's Pages, which was like a botanical, how do you say it? Entomology journal or handbook, but it has a little number 1 on it. So I'm cutting that out because that would be the way the page was. And here arrives the massive collection of creatures. Here they come. All right, let's put him this way because he is soon to be dinner. Okay. And not to let this little number 1 go to waste, I'm going to go back to my first page. Dollar, that's what you get from the Dollar Tree, I guess. The page is kind of stuck together. But anyway, I'm going to take this little number 1 and I'm just going to put it up in this corner. Just something interesting, you know? You guys probably can't even see it, but right here, little number 1. Okay, so I'm going to come back in later and I'm going to put some more things on this, but I want to take a look at my roulette wheel here. Okay, so this is still kind of wet and this came down on it, but it's okay. So I'm going to take, when this is dry, I'm not going to do it right now because it's not dry, but I'm going to take sandpaper and rough that, take that edge off. But I want to do this in the first inside cover. So I do want to do that, but I'm not going to do it now because this is wet. No point in rushing the job and ruining it, but that's the plan for that one. So I want to show you the ribbon thing with this journal. So I'm just cutting a piece of ribbon a little longer than the length of the book. And this ribbon is so cool. It's like a suede, almost like a velvety ribbon. Got these spools from Amazon. They were pretty cheap, really nice, rich colors. So I always like to open the book up so you get that little gap in there. Which this one doesn't seem to have much of a gap, but okay, I'm using some Titebond, quick and thick. And I'm just going to squeeze some down in there. And I don't have anything. I'll use my scissors and then I'll wipe them off. These are my better scissors. I shouldn't do that. But I kind of want to just push that ribbon down in there. They don't have much of a gap in here, so it's, there we go. There we go. Let me, use my wet wipe and clean off that part of my scissors. Okay, so now we've got that, and then, so it's a bookmark. So when it dries, then she can put it in. You got to be careful right after it's first, but it just makes such a nice little feature. I think in these little journals, it just makes them special. So I'm going to be doing that plate with clay on here and impressing it with her name. This is actually one of the favorite ones I think that I've ever done. Since I am not doing much more with the casino one until it dries off, I think I'm going to put a couple more little bugs and things in the pages. And the flowers are pretty, the bugs are fun. They're fun because they're not real. And I'll leave the little number on this one. And you know, these have this little text at the bottom too. You could use that somewhere in there and superimpose on it. Super helpful instruction on the ribbon mark. Thank you. I'm going to actually count till 11 because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because this has an 11 beside it. All the little boys. Oh my gosh, those kids and the boys. Oh, it's funny. My granddaughter said this one boy kissed her in the cloakroom. And they're in 3rd grade. 2nd grade. All right, I think that's cute. Gretchen says, I'd love to see the final casino journal. Thank you. And you will. I'll definitely post it when I'm done because I'm kind of excited about it too. And, you know, really, I think he's going to love that because he'll just be able to, you know, do his little recording. But that's the kind of thing, like, I just want to go through and add some more things. I won't just stick to bugs. I'll put some more florals in there too. So we have almost an hour in tonight. I know you guys have a million trillion things to do like I do. But you know, sometimes you get to the point in the evening where you just have to just chill out. Let me see here. This book is, yeah, it's still kind of wet. But so far I love that. And I think I don't know what the term is. Like, I mean, I'm not a good gambler. So I don't know exactly, you know, what terminology, like I would put like numbers book. I don't know. There's what's that word? Fibonacci or something. It's about a series of numbers, but I don't think that has anything to do with this. They at least probably both decided the kiss was less than awesome, if not downright gross. I don't know about that. It's certainly, she just talks about it all the time. And then he asked her to marry him. So who knows? We'll see how that turns out. I don't think they thought it was gross. I don't really know. She was impressed by it. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one, go through and like add these little things, you know, like the little chips and the little dice and stuff. I love these stack of chips. I think that's cool. So yeah, this one's going to be a ton of fun to do too. And he'll be, when he gets home from bowling, I have to make sure I put all this stuff away so I can carry on when he's not here. But yeah, this is drying slowly, so I'm not going to rush things. It's like I have a little lump in there. I might have to do a mold on this one. I'm not sure book is the best term, or he might be considered a bookie. That's true. That is true. We don't want to be talking about that on the internet and having the feds here. Trust me, it's all innocent. So anyway, I really enjoyed hanging out in the kitchen with you guys tonight, and I wish you could taste those cookies too. And I have to not taste any more of them. You know how it is. You have like a little bit of dough. I know you shouldn't, but I do it anyway. And then I have to have milk, and then by that time I'm full and I didn't really eat dinner, so I'm gonna have to eat something that's nutritious, not just delicious. So next week, instead of a live video, we'll be posting that one with a little holiday home and the dining room organization. And I hope you guys have the merriest Christmas, and I just love you, and I'm so glad you come and join me and hang out with me. So much fun, great journals. I love all of these ideas. I'm glad. I hope if you need a last minute gift, that heading to the Dollar Tree and grabbing some transfers or just printing out some things, you can use regular copy paper. You don't have to use rice paper. So I hope you do it. Hey, there's oatmeal in there, Gretchen. There's oatmeal in there. I don't use the nuts, though. I don't do that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful Christmas. And I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.